What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So we were on a 4-day winning streak, and that actually came to an end yesterday. On the free picks, I gave away 3 different batters and 1 team. The team that was going to go on the over was the Houston Astros, but they did not come through. So the 3 players did get a hit. A couple of them got 2 hits, but the team did not go on the over. So right now, today, I have some plays that I want to go through. If you want all the final plays, go to the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe, make sure you like, and I've given away a lot of free winners in this channel. So if you haven't done so, make sure you go in the link and click on free picks. That way you don't miss out whenever I throw out free picks. All right, every day I use this tool called the Sharp Edge tool. If you want access to this 7 days for free, I'm going to hook you guys up with at least 1 play in this video. I'm also going to point to you the teams that I'm looking at, the reasoning behind it very quickly, and also why you should be either looking at it or staying away. But I will give you at least 1 play that is actually at plus money, which is a little bit of an underdog. It's almost like a coin flip, but it's very strong. So you just pay attention to that. So once we get into the slate right here, you go to the MLB games today. Then we go to the Sharp Line Monitor. And what this does is it looks through the lines that are moving. So as you can see in this example, it's going for the Houston Astros and a little bit a line move. The Reds is moving in their favor. The Nationals, the Texas Rangers, the Rays is moving dramatically, actually 17 points, and it's coming back again. So it's actually went down a lot, and then it came back. So that's a little bit of a questionable thing for me. Then you got the Yankees moved very slightly. You got the Mariners moving a little bit. You got the Phillies moving dramatically. You can see it went from a 132 to 148, and it continues to move. You got the Royals a little bit. You got the Brewers moving dramatically as well. It went from a 215 to a 241. And you can see it actually went down and then it came back up. So that's a little bit questionable. You got the Twins, the Marlins. It's actually moving here in their favor, 107 to 104. So it's moving in the direction of the Marlins' favor. The Athletics and the Padres and the Giants in a very slight move. Once we have those line movements, we want to go into today's games and look at the projections. So you can see the Pittsburgh Pirates are supposed to win. Astros are supposed to win. Orioles, Rangers, Yankees, Brewers, Miami Marlins, Dodgers. And as you can see, the Marlins are actually, like I showed you, they were moving from an underdog to a less of an underdog. So one of the teams I'll give you to take a look at, there's a little bit of a questionable thing here because the juice has been pushed out of it, meaning that the line already has moved. There's no real advantage at taking it at this level. You can still take it if you want, but everything is showing on the Rays' favor, 57%. In the total runs, you can see it's actually gone on the under, so we don't care about that right here. Zach Gallen versus Nick Martinez, and you can see the big, huge difference here. Nick Martinez is a 5.22 ERA. However, his FIP is actually closer to Gallen's here. So even though this shows as a 8.88 and this shows as a 5.22, the overall FIP is closer. This guy is an A-graded pitcher versus a D-graded pitcher. Bullpen is better for Arizona, so that's a little bit questionable. And like I showed you, the line is shifting in the favor. Now, the OPS for Tampa Bay in the last 7 days is number 2, so they're getting a lot on base. Win probability is better, and you can see they're supposed to score more runs. So this is under 5.5, meaning that the books think they're going to score at least 5 runs. And over here, the books think the Arizona is going to only score over 4 runs. So Tampa Bay, like I said, it's a decent play, but the juice has been squeezed out of it. It's up to you if you want to take that or not. The other one, very similar. The juice has been squeezed out of it already. Phillies has started here. I already showed you on the other screen that the Phillies is moving. You got the money line over here in the last 24 games. They've won 17 of those, 70% hit rate. They got one of their best pitchers out here, which is Zach Wheeler. So the Phillies are actually throwing out their ace today, which is Zach Wheeler, 2.64 ERA. And you can see the Mets haven't even decided who they're throwing out there yet. So bullpen is also better for the Phillies. Batting is better. They're number 1 right now in OPS compared to 13 for the Mets. Overall pitching analysis is overall better. And this one, it does say that they don't know if it's going to go over or under. There's pretty much the odds are the same. But again, it's a 4.5 compared to a 3.5. So the Phillies should be winning this game, but again, they're pretty expensive, so just be careful with that as well. I'm not even going to get too crazy on this one, but it's a huge mismatch. You got one of their ace pitchers, Brewers, 70% hit rate. You got Colin Rea versus Jacob Mizorski. Mizorski is one of the top players in baseball right now with an A- grade versus a C- grade. This is a huge mismatch. I'm not going to get into all the details of how I'm playing this. I'm definitely taking the Brewers, but again, if you want access to all the plays that I'm throwing out there, picks I did, like I mentioned, I showed 3 different players yesterday, 1 loser team. So 3 winners, 1 loss. The overall run in the last 11 days is 33-9 run. These are all the VIP picks that I threw out this morning. You can see there's a bunch of props right here, a few teams, and more than anything, there's a lot of props. So this was the play that I gave away yesterday. Armstrong, McGoinkle over here. And then the other thing I was looking at is some soccer stuff that I was showing on the poly market, the way I've been doing that. These are all live bets, so that's why I haven't even thrown them out to the VIP. I'm still testing some stuff. But the poly market stuff has been dramatic for us over here, and it's starting to pay off. Once this is a confirmed way to do this, I'll be throwing it out in the VIP as well. So make sure to check that out. The last play I'll talk about, guys, is the one I'm giving you is going to be the Miami Marlins. It's literally a coin toss, but they're giving you plus money for it. And I'm going to tell you why I like it so much. You got a big mismatch on the pitching. You got Max Meyer over here versus McGreevy. Now, one of the things that this does not show is the FIP. The FIP is a lot dramatically better for Meyer versus McGreevy. So this is a big pitching mismatch. On top of that, you got the bullpen right here. The St. Louis bullpen is also depleted. Not only are they weaker, but they're also depleted. So they got less arms available today. You got the batting analysis. You can see pitching is better, so they should reduce the number 3 to less than that because the pitching is better. So again, there is some reasoning here just on the raw numbers that St. Louis should win this game. But if you start looking at the deeper details like the depleted bullpen, the better starting pitcher, it should be, like I said, is a 50-50 chance. It's a very close match. You can see 52% chance win probability for St. Louis. And it does show that's how close this is. Even the books are offering you on the over 3.5 on the odds of 145 compared to a 140. So this is a super close game. St. Louis does lead a lot of the categories, but I already gave you the reasoning why I like Miami today as an underdog at plus money. So again, guys, in the last 4 days have been a winning streak, and then yesterday was a losing day. So we cannot win every single day. It is what it is. That's just the way sports betting works. I'm going to show you one last thing on what happened in the stock market just because people have asked me about that. But other than that, in the free picks, I've given away 33 winners and 9 losers in the last 11 days. So if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment, make sure to like, and also share this with a couple of buddies that like to sports bet. I'm not going to go crazy into the details here for the stock market because that's what this video is not what it's about. Just some people have showed interest in this. So I created this tool that kind of looks at the market and tells us the overall picture of what's going on. It does say cautiously risk off, critical crossroads, fear and greed, mega cap weakness, futures are dipping, negative tone, skittish investor behavior, macro uncertainty, and critical technical levels. When I saw that, this was actually coming down hard all morning. And I jumped in right around 8:40 a.m., like 10 minutes after the stock market opened. I put it right when it hit this blue line right here, and then I cashed out right here. In a few minutes, this is what happened, 945 profit. Again, guys, I'm not showing you that to brag, but I actually am thinking of throwing that into the Sharp Edge tool as well under stocks, so you can at least understand what's happening in the stock market. That's up to you. That's completely off topic of what I'm talking about here, but some people have been interested. That's the reason I'm showing it. We're super close to getting to 5,000 subscribers. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to choose one free winner for the 1 month VIP. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Once we hit 5,000, I'm giving away 1 month for free in the VIP. Thank you so much, guys. Let's have a great day.